as a
Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It's me, Lauren Cadillac, aka OG Cadillac, aka Mother of the Decade, aka about to celebrate Mother's Day with her children, aka your favorite lawyer on the internet. Happy to see you all today. Good morning, Chairman. Good morning, Hippieista. Good morning, Tatum. Good to see you. Good to see you, everyone. I have spent my morning listening to Alan Jackson's cross examination on Karen Reed. He's been doing the cross since yesterday of one of the troopers. And I mean, this is the manual. Okay, like this is a master class in cross examination. The witness has been so freaking squirrely. So squirrely. Okay. And Alan Jackson has cornered him. It has been muy fun to watch. I've been watching all morning. They're on break. So, while they're on break, let's Hippies says Auntie Bev is making Glanville look like a proper judge. Actually, that's I'm glad you brought it up. I was thinking about this on my car ride in to the office today. In the ASAP Rocky case, you guys remember that? We followed that. I know all of you followed it. We had bad facts. We had bad facts. We had a bad defendant, bad facts. But we had a good judge and a good lawyer. And so we got the correct outcome. And I was thinking about how else you can get the correct. If you have bad facts and a bad lawyer but a good judge, you should still be okay. But if you have bad facts and a bad judge, even if you have a good lawyer, you're... So ASAP Rocky, he lucked out. He had a good judge, he had a good lawyer. They had bad facts. So it's a winning combo. But if you have one of these judges, like Auntie Bev, or Glanville, or some of the judges in Dallas County who I shall not name, it kind of doesn't matter. You're kind of at the mercy of whatever said judge wants or however said judge feels that day. I'm not going to lie. Like, that's how it is. So as we watch these things, we watch, and I tell you, I think this is a good judge, this is a bad judge. The Rocky judge was awesome because he was like, we're trying to save time, we're trying to get through this. He was no BS. I loved him. Glanville was awful because Glanville just wanted to go pee all the time. He just wanted breaks. I swear Glanville needs to have his prostate checked, man. I am wearing blue just for you, Chairman. We talked about how it's our favorite color. It's our birthstone color. We're both September babies. I'm a Virgo. That makes me awesome. So here in the Karen Reed trial, we have bad facts, bad judge, good lawyer. It's an uphill battle, right? The bad facts is like we don't have any like there's no like actual facts. Like there's a fact that he was found in front of 34 Fairview. Kind of like all the facts we have, really. They've done a terrible job. And Alan Jackson this morning has been on freaking fire. He's asking, I'm going to show you the guy before they come back from the break.
No.
You returned to the scene, you indicated on direct examination, on or about February 10th, 2022, to conduct yet another search, correct?
Yes.
This guy is squirrely as hell.
On that particular occasion, you recovered some 6 pieces of red and or clear and or black plastic. Is that how you testified?
There was numerous pieces. The exact number, I don't know. You'd have to refresh my memory with a report.
Okay.
Squirrely. Mind you, they're talking about finding pieces of glass 10 days later.
There were several pieces. The exact number I'm not really worried about. There were several. There's more than one. Let's take them one at a time, where each of the 6 pieces of plastic fragments were found.
All items recovered that day were found in the general vicinity where the other items were also located. The area had been excavated. I've been to that location several times, and it was all located in the general vicinity where it was initially excavated, but also where I was told Mr. John O'Keefe.
Okay, so yesterday, Alan Jansen asked him, like, you know, he looked like he'd been beat up. Yes. Okay. And you didn't search the house. Yes. So you found him in front of a house. It's clear there was some sort of incident, and you didn't search the house. And he got the guy eventually to admit to that. The guy's squirrely as hell. At one point he said he didn't know. This morning he said, there's a bag of evidence that they're talking about, and he claims that he has recollection of telling the person he handed the bag to the day and time and location that needs to be filled out on the tag of the bag, but he doesn't remember who he handed it to. Now, the reason he's acting that way, if you guys have followed this at all, if you remember, Trooper Proctor, who is in fact the one who wrote that label, and the reason this guy is trying to say he doesn't remember who he handed it to, was later fired because of his misconduct on this case. He is no longer a trooper. So, this guy, this squirrely ass witness, this other trooper, knows that that Proctor's been fired. He knows that Proctor did a bang up job, and he's trying to avoid that. He's trying to avoid that, and he comes off terribly. He comes off so bad, y'all. He comes off so bad. Oh, here, maybe these are some of these. I was listening and I didn't write down the times. I'm really sorry. I should have. Let's see.
Did you?
I did not recover all of them, no.
As a matter of fact, Michael Proctor, according to you, recovered some of those items, correct?
Some of those items were recovered by Michael Proctor, yes.
And you're also
why not just say yes?
That he submitted pieces of taillight material that he indicated he recovered as late as February 18th, 2022, correct?
I am aware that there was items recovered on February 18th. I am not sure exactly if it was him or someone else that recovered him.
So you found items 18 days later.
You indicated, I think in direct examination yesterday, that as of February 3rd or February 4th, the weather had broken, generally, correct? It was getting warmer.
Yes, the weather was warmer. There were rainy days following the 3rd, I believe. No, the 4th it was raining when I picked up that piece of evidence. So, yeah, the weather had warmed up.
So it was raining and somewhat storming on the 4th?
There was precipitation when I recovered that item. I mean, I don't know.
He just said it was raining. So Alan Jackson's like, so it's raining on the 4th? Well, there was precipitation. Like, dude, he's so squirrely.
Exhibits 112A and B.
You want to request to publish?
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Taking a look at this item.
Okay. So
Can you
this is the
describe
bag.
to viewers what they're looking at,
Here's
please?
the tag. Now, mind you, the tag says date of collection 2/11. Okay.
This is an evidence bag.
And it says 5 pieces, not 6, of red and 3 of clear.
It is labeled with case number, date collected, time, who collected it, description of items enclosed, the location it was recovered, and the victim's full name. It also has a to scale ruler dash 02184.
And you see an item number listed right next to that case number?
Yes, this indicates it's 7-15.
And there's another set of initials beneath that, it appears, correct?
That's what. I mean, there's letters. I don't know if there's someone's
this.
initials. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. This appears to be something that was filled out by the crime lab. The black lettering and numbering, correct?
I would assume. I don't know for sure though.
Okay, and obviously there's a date down here, 2/17/23, a year later, correct?
Yes.
And it says Canton at the bottom.
Yes.
If we could have the full screen, please. Okay. You also indicated that there was a label up at the top.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to
Yes.
see.
All right. If we could go to the second page, it would be page B of this.
Yeah, let's go to B. Oh, no. That's not B. That's
Can you look at the, first of all, look at the,
With the ruler location 6 inches.
okay. That's the, 6 inches is the size of a dollar bill, right?
That's correct.
Okay. It also looks like it may be more than that from top to bottom, 6 maybe 7 inches, top to bottom.
Why do you look at the judge?
Possibly a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. You didn't see this item on February 10th when you were there, correct?
If I saw that item, I would have picked it up.
Right. Wasn't there, was it?
So it wasn't
That's
there.
not what I'm saying. I said if I saw it, I would have picked it up.
But you didn't see it, did you?
I did not see
No,
it,
it didn't,
obviously.
because it
According
wasn't
to
there.
the information.
So the defense is trying to say that Proctor went and got the car and then tore the broken pieces off of the taillight, because of course we saw her car hit another car and break the taillight. So they think Proctor took the taillight pieces and then went and put them at the crime scene.
That we just presented.
And this testimony supports that theory, doesn't it?
This item was found the next day by Trooper Michael Proctor. Right.
Based on the information presented, that's what it says, yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
We can take that down. May I approach?
And third page is also a photograph of a longer red piece of plastic with a little bit of black molding on it.
Your Honor, I would ask that be moved into evidence as A, B, and C subordinately.
Is there any objections?
No objection.
This trial is such crap to me, guys.
Exhibits 113A, B,
I really feel if you can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, don't try it.
Sergeant, same couple of questions, if we could. Do you see a date of collection on this evidence envelope?
Yes, this photograph indicates 2/18/22.
And
Okay, the
collected
next
by
day.
Trooper Proctor.
Full view, Mr. Wolk. Thank you, sir. And then if we could highlight the lower portion that appears to be by the ruler. Do you see the same, I think you called it a lens number?
Limbs, L-I-M.
Okay. The L. You didn't see this, and you didn't see the one before it either, did you?
If I saw any of these items, they would have been collected. We did not excavate anything.
So while he won't say no, he says yes, I didn't see them. If I saw them, they would have been collected.
We simply allowed the thawing and natural recession of the snow to reveal additional items.
When you were there on the 3rd, February 3rd,
Okay, time out, y'all. I am going to be the first to admit that I actually know nothing, literally nothing, about snow. Okay? I grew up in Phoenix. I went to law school in San Antonio. I live in Dallas. We don't have snow, we have ice. I took my kids to Argentina. We went down to Patagonia, and of course it's snowing down there. It was their winter. It was beautiful. And my kids grabbed the snow, and they go, "Oh my God, Mom, it's soft." Because in Dallas, we don't have snow, we have ice. Okay, so those of you that know about snow, there was a blizzard on the 29th. On the 3rd, or I'm sorry, on the 4th, it was raining. So you have the 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So 6 days after a blizzard, it starts to rain. Correct me if I'm wrong. But by the 4th, by the end of the day on the 4th, everything that was hidden by snow would no longer be hidden by snow. Yeah, I could be wrong. Again, I don't know. I don't know about snow. But he just said it was raining on the 4th. So why are you going back 14 days later and just seeing things? Now it's just revealed. Where does it make that make sense? I don't understand. Like, I do not get it at all. Why are we even here? Like, what is the point of what is going on here? What is the point? I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Hold on. I want to do something real fun while we wait for them to come back on. Nettie sent this to me because he knows I love BigXthaPlug, okay? So we're going to watch this together.
Blue.
I didn't realize Big X was this big. He's a Big X.
Other things like juice. Like if I'm thirsty, I would drink that just as a beverage, and it would sneak up on me.
Dude,
but that was good.
You liked it?
Yeah, B-Box doing their little thing with that one. Yeah, my bad. Okay, we kind of going a little rapid with these.
Yeah, man.
Ooh. I could drink this. I could see me having like 6 bottles of this in my green room. That one was all right. That was all right. Yeah, it's surprising me. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, we had the same teeth,
This is
me
my
and
least
Big
favorite
X.
one, but people love it.
Gotta smell that one.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God. I don't even think that was liquor. That wasn't liquor. That's just some stuff y'all just did. Okay, I like green apple though.
Yeah?
Like it looked like a witch potion. That one decent. Yeah, it's giving danger. What's this? Fruit punch? So you catching on?
Yeah,
on?
yeah. You're teaching me.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, you guys, I thought I was showing the
That
screen.
one
I'm
on
so
the
sorry.
chin is like
I'm just sitting here laughing.
6 orange blaze. I feel like this is gonna be nasty.
Making me laugh, dude.
Why I do that?
The hard T question.
Why
You
did
waiting for me. That's how you know
Oh my
that.
God, that's my favorite part. He said, "Why didn't do that?"
Why I do that?
The hard.
Why did do that? Oh, thanks, Nettie. That one was really fun. That was fun. I laughed so hard when he said that to me. He said, "Why did do that?" Oh God. I really love how like slang, and I love like how kids talk, like no cap and stuff. Like, I don't know, I just love that crap. Why did you do that? I'm gonna like incorporate that into my life somehow. I'm promising you at this moment. Oh, oops. I laughed a little too hard. Oh, rewind. Okay, hold on, let me go back.
This first one is blue raspberry.
I mean, I like blue.
Okay, here we go. I like blue too.
Other things like juice. Like if I'm thirsty, I would drink that just as a beverage.
Notice how we had the same teeth? Both have grills going on right now.
And it would sneak up on me.
Dude,
But that
yeah.
was good.
You liked it?
Yeah, B-Box doing their little thing with that one. Shit, I mean, okay, we kind of going a little rapid with these.
Yeah, man.
I could drink this. I could see me having like 6 bottles of this in my green room. That one was all right. That was all right. Yeah, y'all surprising me. I ain't gonna lie.
I like to hear it, man. This is my least favorite one, but people love it.
Gotta smell that one. Oh my God. I don't even think that was liquor. That wasn't liquor. That's just some stuff y'all just did. Okay, I like green apple though.
Yeah?
Like it looked like a witch potion. That one decent. Yeah, it's giving danger. What's this? Fruit punch? So you catching on?
Yeah. You're teaching me.
All right, let's do it. That one on the 1 to 10 is like a 6 orange blaze. I feel like this is gonna be nasty.
Making me laugh, dude.
Why I do that?
The hard.
Why'd it do
Wait
that?
for me. That's how you know this.
Y'all, that shit is so funny to me. Thank you, Blue. Thank you for sharing with us. I'm like crying. Why did do that? Okay, well, as we wait for Karen Reed, let's just run through other things. All right. As y'all know, the Diddy trial did start on May 5th and not May 12th. So anyhow, Brian Steele, Nicole Westmoreland, and all the other people are choosing jurors. And so their questions for jurors are pretty tough because most of these jurors, here's what Diddy looks like. He's gone gray, they said. Hey, Tavonda, welcome. These jurors are going to have to watch the freak off videos. So Brian Steele and Nicole Westmoreland are asking them things like, will you be comfortable watching sexually explicit material in the courtroom? I heard someone describe it as they're just going to be watching I'm not ever going to take a case where in voir dire or voir dire, depending on where you're from, I have to ask people if they're comfortable with watching sex videos in the courtroom. But we all know that Brian Steele is a defender of the Constitution. His love for this government, or not the government, but the structure of the government and our Constitution and the promises that were made to under it, he's willing to get there and defend it, get out there and defend it. And kudos to you, Mr. Steele. I mean, you guys know, Brian's my hero. And as you know, I'm going to try to meet with him. Everything crossed. I'm going to try to meet with him when I'm out there. I will be out there to watch the Diddy trial, and we will be doing a meet and greet on the 27th. Oh, perfect timing. We're back to Karen Reed. So come see me on the 27th out in New York City if you're in the area. Oh, we can only play it back normally because it's live. Duh. And we will watch that together. Justine, we're going to talk about a Melly in a minute. But I don't have high hopes, so. Are they coming back or not? Okay, I'll talk about Melly real quick while we wait for them to come back. Oh, no. Melly's team went in and tried to ask for him to be released, which, I mean, truly he should be because it's ridiculous that he's been in jail for so long.
A bit more smoothly.
Okay, here we go. This guy, this man has no lips. Like, I don't have, like, huge lips, right? Like, I have, like, I don't know, like white girl lips, right? But, like, when someone has no lips like this, I can't trust them. If they become a cop, if you're a cop, trooper, whatever you want to call it, and you have no lips, nah.
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I approach?
Yes, Tavondo, Brian still is walking case law. That man is. I just hope I can meet with him. I mean, it will be like one of the greatest honors of my life. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Sergeant, I've handed you a document in addition to what's been marked as evidence, item 111. There's a document that's heavily redacted. Do you recognize, or do you see that document?
I do.
Do you see a word on that document?
Yes, I do.
Does
A
there
word.
appear to be a redacted form of the document that is the same document or the same page or copy of that page that you saw this morning from those notes?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'd like to have that marked as next in order, the redacted document with the court's permission.
Okay.
And with the court's permission,
Hold on.
sure.
Is it the 114?
Tavonda, I will try. I will try to get autographs. Oh, maybe I should get some merch and see if he'll sign that, and then I can auction it. Give it to my members.
Of the single word that we discussed at sidebar from evidence item 111 and what's been marked as 114.
All right, hold on. I'm going to return to them. Let's go to Melly real quick. Okay, so this is Melly. They're trying to see if he can get bond. I swear to God, it is everybody's first day in a courtroom except the judge. I swear to you, on this Melly case, I don't understand any of these lawyers. Okay, so they wanted an expert to testify at the bond hearing. And the government's like, no, you just told us about it. We haven't had time to review anything. And then the judge says, okay, we're not getting an expert. The sound was so bad, guys. Yeah, of course he's correct about that. He's such a smartass. Also, that order is fucking stupid. I'm gonna let the parties decide what is suppressed. If we could decide shit, we wouldn't have to go to the judge. If we could figure it out on our own, we wouldn't have to call mom, you know? Like, get out of here. Hi, Frederick. Welcome. No. She yelled at him. That's a lie. Yeah, like, Raven's not doing so hot right now.
In anticipation of today's hearing, like Mr. Benjamin's response or motion, I have a general idea of what's going to be excluded based on the date ranges provided in the order, but I'm not in a position to give specifics, and it would probably take more than 10 minutes to actually go through and itemize everything. That's going to be a rather lengthy endeavor. Probably at least a day or two to sit down and go through everything. That's
A day or two. You guys are such douchebags.
charge from the date of the homicide to February 13th remains in.
Now, if you remember, the judge that oversaw the trial, the first trial, after that trial, he went back and excluded a ton of evidence for the prosecution. The prosecution has appealed that ruling, and it's pending now.
Last was a trial, April 30th, 6 days ago. A new set of warrants and affidavits authored by Moretti that were done a year and a half ago after Judge Murphy suppressed by disorder for the same records that were stayed on appeal. And in those affidavits that he presented to various judges, mostly Judge Bower, nowhere did Moretti ever state that these issues were on appeal, that there was.
So what he's saying is the judge excluded the evidence, the state appealed, and the Moretti, the detective, went and obtained warrants for the same information that the judge already excluded and never disclosed that it had been excluded. And we're about to find out, didn't go to the judge that excluded it, went to some other judge so that he could avoid that.
Instead, they're asking for an expanded amount of records, the same social media and the same phones to a certain extent. And we found out about it a year and a half later, just the other day. We couldn't prepare defenses up until then. And Robert has been reminding us we have this trouble. And all of a sudden, we get all of this other results of the search warrant that was signed by a judge who didn't even know about the appeal or what was going on with it. So all of that is additional, and we're going to do a motion on prosecutorial, bad faith, prosecutorial misconduct. Please,
Absolutely.
you have to add all this stuff to it because it's new stuff that we just spoke about less than a couple of days ago. But I think that's something the law should consider. If what are we doing here when the 3.220 says we have an ongoing obligation for discovery? They sought this information a year and a half ago in March of 2024, however that adds up. And they've had it since. And we don't get it until 5 days ago.
Hey,
This
K-Wave.
is obstruction. This is absolutely unethical.
Yeah.
This is absolutely not professional.
Correct.
And this is what, and the kind of thing that we're facing from the state attorney's office on an everyday basis.
Also correct. He's totally right. This is really bad. Hey, K-Way, welcome. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Welcome back.
And I believe that the sub-issues there, the forum shopping to go to other judges who don't have the institutional memory of this case about, and Judge Murphy was still there back when they saw these warrants. So did they advise Judge Murphy that we go to the end of that?
So the judge that was in charge of it, that had been assigned to it, was still there, and they went to a different judge.
Did they advise the board that they would do an end around secrecy and expanded amounts of information from those cell phones? But the judge said it was overbroad, and he suppressed all of the overbroad nature of those results of the search warrant. So it's under suppression. They're telling another judge, go in there and try to get the same information, but broadly, so they can try to fix a warrant by not telling anybody they're doing it. So we're going to get to it at some point. But I think, on a proof that it was up to great standard, it's another thing that Your Honor should consider. At the time of the first trial, the predecessor prosecutor, Ms. Bradley, had filed 3 or 4 different Brady notices for evidence that they suppressed and didn't tell us about on the first trial. And that's the hearings that took place, and Judge Murphy kicked her out of the courtroom. And that's why these people are here now, because she was a possible witness, because she filed 4 different Brady notices to us. They were all different. So that's something.
That's true.
That happened after the trial.
Okay, so then Raven Liberty gets up, and she's talking about why Melly should be dismissed, or let go.
He testified that you cannot, with precision, give a location on that phone. He went through the different trainings he got from the different cell phone agencies. One of the things that he had spoken about was one of the data sheets in that T-Mobile report has a column that reads environments. FBI testified he cannot rely on that.
Congratulations, K-Way. Wife and baby, that's amazing. And hey, Frederick, I saw it, and thank you. Good to see you. All right, so Raven Liberty goes on, and at a certain point, the judge is like, look, where are your witnesses? Why don't you have witnesses here to tell me where he's going to stay? Why don't you have witnesses that talk about what the detention would look like after being
I think
released?
the state's biggest argument today would be basic human liberty of the judiciary. This is the nature they're coming to court.
To the second Moretti civil perjury, location information, which allows for the defendant to videos, jail.
Conditions in place to ensure, as far as with the state's arguing that they're afraid he would flee. I can't think be residing with his sister and with his brother. Give you the address. We would have the security detail up.
Okay, here we go.
Regarding the defense motion to motion strike, notice of appearance, and all the things the victim, as well as the urgent motion for order to show cause against the office of the State Attorney General John Phillips, as well as the state's motion to remove prosecutor from witness list executive order. I'll ask both sides to take, I'll ask you first, how about, June 4th? Let's see, June 4th.
The parties arguing those aren't going to be your judge. That's Joel and Steve from our office. We're not going to be arguing those particular motions on it. So, yeah. We can do June 4th for now.
Let's
But
set it, in case you should do it.
So I can, I'll keep going until June 13th.
How about? Any points? It's Friday. State, anything else I can do for you regarding this agenda today?
not today, Your Honor. I'll be releasing.
Ugh, I don't like him.
Yes, Judge, Mr. Henry said you can make me five. The only thing is I believe the motion to protect order is moved outside. Witness list filed just for purposes of the argument hearing. So,
Okay,
the
so
state will need to have that heard.
No, let's set it for the days. Is there anything else I can do for you today regarding this agenda? Other than I just don't understand what you just said. I don't understand what both sides said. Anything else you want to consider today? No. Okay. All right, Thomas, we'll pass,
Okay, so the judge admonished Raven Liberty. He said, you guys should have brought me witnesses and evidence. And pretty much that was that. He was supposed to come up with a ruling that afternoon. He did not. So on the one hand, yeah, Melly should absolutely be released. But on the other hand, it is a murder charge, and in Florida they keep people. I mean, it's been 6 years, so they shouldn't still be keeping him, but it is Florida. All right, back to Karen Reed. We'll keep an eye on Melly. Let's get back to this shisty, squirrely mofo.
This is conversation.
Is that the document that you earlier referred to as having received from Brian Higgins?
It's a printout of the document, yes.
You saw something in electronic format, I take it,
Yes.
and you reviewed it on a computer.
Yes.
Did you receive the electronic file on a thumb drive or a CD or something like that?
I did.
Okay. And this appears to be a true and accurate representation of that electronic copy that you received from Brian Higgins.
To the best of my understanding, yes.
And is that document reflective of the text messages that Mr. Higgins indicated to you were between the string, as I use that word, between Brian Higgins and Karen Reed?
This is what was provided, to the best of my understanding, and now has been printed out.
Okay. With your court's permission, I'd like to ask the witness to read the text messages that he was provided by Brian Higgins
So we're gonna mark this
for identification only.
The EE for identification.
You're certainly not asking him to read this whole document.
I expect to.
I'm gonna see counsel.
Sorry about that. I had to take a quick nature break. But yes, K-Wade, I do believe the Melly judge is fair. I do. He seems to be fair and impartial as he's supposed to be. I do not think the Karen Reed judge is fair and impartial. So that's where I stand on those two judges. On Diddy, they're supposed to start their opening. Yes, Frederick, I've been Mother of the Decade twice. My son is 20. Actually, I told my son that I was Mother of the Decade, and he goes, which decade? Not my first decade. He's such a shit. But I love him nonetheless. So the Diddy, they're supposed to do their opening statements on the 12th. I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to find that jury. How are you going to find like 16 people who are willing to watch like basically porno in public? I don't know, man. But I heard a commentator saying that on a case like Diddy's, a lot of people would actually want to be on the jury because it is the Diddy jury and they know they could write a book or, you know, get some, at least, you know, it would be really cool or whatever it is that they want. So, did they find out if he was... Oh, are you talking about Melly? If Melly's bipolar? I thought he was diagnosed as bipolar already. I don't know, though. I don't really keep up on people's mental diagnoses. I think it's kind of dumb how we just label stuff and people, oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm the... No, you're human. You're human is what it is. You're human. And then I have some friends and they have like every fucking disease ever. It's just like, no, you don't. You have too many doctors is what you have. I'm not out here really like trusting doctors a whole lot. Trust but verify, you know what I'm saying? They tell you something, you go, okay, but you gotta go make sure they're correct. Because a lot of times they can be incorrect. Come on, guys, where are we? Oh, God, back on the mother trucking break. I swear to goodness. This judge just doesn't want the witness to have to, like, go through the actual materials. I don't understand. Like, she's so weird. I don't know. All right, we'll watch this out of earlier this week while we wait. Wait, let me make sure. This is today. Okay, I'm going to leave today's on in the background. If we hear it come up, then we'll switch. But let's watch this cross-examination. This was a few days ago. I don't remember what day.
When you were looking around the area that was pointed out to you as
Area.
John O'Keefe was found, did you expand?
Sorry. Car park. Area. I know, they're my fellow countrymen. I just think it's so interesting how in the United States, we are all so different. Like each state has its own little culture and its own dialect, and even sometimes in the States, like regional dialects, it's very interesting to me. They have that in Europe too, but they're different countries. With different countries. Okay, they're back.
Jurors, we're really trying to be expeditious as we can be. So there was a big stack that messages that are going to be marked as the next exhibit.
Marked.
I have two instructions for you folks. First is, as I've told you before you consider any electronic communication in your deliberations, you must first find that it is more likely true than not that the person who authored or sent or created or transmitted the communication was in fact here, the defendant, or Brian Higgins. If you do not find that it is more likely true than not that Ms. Reed was the person who authored or created or transmitted the electronic communication, or Brian Higgins was the person who authored or created or transmitted the communication, then you may not consider that electronic communication at all in deciding your case. Now, if it gets past that and you do find that that burden has been met, these messages are not being offered to show the truth of this.
Okay, she's basically saying they're not hearsay. Let's go back to this guy.
The front lawn into the street during your search?
No, we didn't, with the exception of uncovering the 6-foot asphalt berm.
Did you say 6 foot or is it?
Excuse me, 6-inch.
What's a berm?
It's it's basically a curbing, but it's made of asphalt. It's curved. You probably
Chance to look around at the doors in the area in front of that side door?
yes,
Did you see anything out of place?
no.
You've been a police officer at that point for a long time?
Yes.
Let's skip to Alan Jackson. Let's skip to the good shit. I'm assuming that this guy, who I don't know why, but I am strangely attracted to him. His
Mr.
name
Jackson, is this video up there yours or
his
is
name
it-
just escaped me.
It's not mine.
I am assuming that he and Alan Jackson are learning an incredible amount of
Let
advocacy
me back up
skills
and ask
from
a
each
different
other.
question. Given the fact that you were the ranking officer, the way that it works in a police department is everybody sort of reports up the chain of command, correct?
That is correct.
So they would have all reported up
Yannetti,
to you
yeah.
in some particular.
Why do I think he's hot? I don't know. Like, he's not my type at all, but I know there's something about him. I'm like, okay.
That's correct.
And then, of course, you report to I think you're the deputy chief, and then the deputy chief reports on up to the chief.
Probably because he's in a suit.
That's correct.
You were involved in not only the exposing of some of that blood byproduct, but also exposing the glass with the leaf blower, correct?
That is correct.
You were responsible for utilizing certain equipment. You chose a leaf blower at the time, correct?
I did, yes.
There was also, I'm guessing, there was also some use of your hands and or the gloved hands with some others to recover some of the items.
Yeah, I didn't use my hands.
How did you get the glass into a bag?
That was Detective Sergeant Lang.
Somebody had to pick it up, right?
I know, yes.
They're all Massachusetts State Police officers, correct?
Yes, they all are.
Did Michael Proctor interview you before April of 2024?
He did not.
Did Yuri Buchanan interview you before April of 2024?
No, he did not.
Did Lieutenant Tully interview you before April of 2024?
No, he did not.
Did anybody
Is that a Gucci tie? I just noticed. It's blue. It does not match.
else from the Canton Police Department, your deputy chief or the chief, interview you
I think that's fake Gucci.
formally about your conduct and responsibilities before April of 2024?
I don't understand that question.
Did anybody at Canton PD, separating out Massachusetts State,
I'm sorry, but like none of the cops understand any of Alan Jackson's questions. And they're like not even that hard. Is the sky blue? I don't understand that question. Well, I'm asking if the sky, the color of it appears to be blue. What does appears mean? These people are, ugh.
did you sit down at Canton PD and provide an interview with anybody at Canton PD about your conduct at the scene?
What do you mean by conduct?
Oh my God. What the fuck does conduct mean?
Going to the scene, collecting evidence, securing evidence, transporting evidence, booking evidence, those kinds of things. Your conduct at the scene, sir.
Yeah, I briefed my superiors, yes.
Okay, other than briefing, was there a formal report written?
Like, what? Do something besides briefing?
Or a formal interview conducted of you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Tell us when you wrote your report about what happened at the scene, memorializing what you did at the scene.
I didn't.
You didn't write a report?
About the scene that day at the scene?
Correct, about this investigation.
I only did the metadata report. I did not write a report at the scene.
You know. In fact,
You didn't write a fucking report. You didn't write a report. Your job is to write reports.
the fact is you never wrote any report about what happened at the scene, correct?
Correct.
You didn't memorialize that in
The people of Canton should be asking for every penny of their tax dollars back right now. If I was in Canton, I would be like, excuse me, you owe me a refund?
any formal way on Canton PD letterhead to describe what you did and how you did it at the scene.
No.
Normally when you report to a scene as a first responder, you would be expected to write a report about that, whatever that conduct is.
I'm not the supervisor, no.
Oh, now you're a supervisor, so you don't write the. Oh,
What if you're the ranking person at a scene that ultimately turns into a homicide scene?
Well, we don't know it's a homicide scene at this time. We don't even know there's a crime committed at this time. My
Understood.
responsibilities are to make sure reports are written, not to necessarily write the reports myself. I'm the supervisor. It's
Although-
my job to make sure reports are written, evidence is logged, those types of things.
Under ordinary circumstances, you would respond to a scene as a supervisor, and you would oversee what other people are doing, what your
That's
subordinate-
correct.
Can I finish?
Sure.
I don't want to talk over you.
I apologize.
You would want to supervise or oversee what your subordinate officers, whatever he or she might be doing or they might be doing. You're going to oversee that. But they're the ones actually conducting the investigation or picking up evidence or doing the interviews, writing those things.
Okay, I will say this.
Correct.
I will say this. Alan Jackson does have a tendency to, at times, ask questions with lots of words. Most Americans cannot follow lots of words. You have to kind of consolidate, right? Break it up into a couple questions. So he does do that at times, and it's not the greatest, in my opinion.
Detective Sergeant likes investigation, yes.
So in that circumstance, you wouldn't be expected to write a report because all of that conduct is memorialized by others subordinate to the supervisor, correct?
Correct.
But in this case, quite the opposite happened. You were the one that was in the video utilizing the leaf blower, correct?
That's correct.
You were the one that actually exposed the drinking glass, correct?
Correct, yes.
You noted the drinking glass and actually called somebody else home to take a look at it, correct?
That's correct.
You directed someone, Sergeant Lang, to pick up the drinking glass and recover it as a potential piece of evidence, correct?
That is correct.
You noted the blood or the coagulation of blood in and around that area, correct?
That is correct.
You noted where you believe the drinking glass was, in other words, what location, if there were grid coordinates, where it would be, correct?
Correct.
And you instructed others to transport that important evidence back to Canton PD to have it booked, correct?
That is correct.
You also secured the plastic containers in which to recover the blood.
That is correct.
See, this portion is a perfect cross. This is how cross should work. This is really good.
You also directed someone to get a bag to put the plastic containers in and ultimately transport it, correct?
That is correct.
So you would agree with me, Mr. Gallagher, that in this circumstance, you were the centerpiece of the recovery of evidence and the investigation as it was at that time, in that limited context. You were the centerpiece of what was happening at the scene, correct?
And I made sure it was documented by Detective Sergeant Lang.
But you didn't find it important enough to write a report yourself.
I think that's poor misrepresentation. There's a person fighting for their life. It was very important.
When you were there at the scene at, what time was it, by the way?
I got there shortly after 7.
Okay.
All right, so let's see what they're doing now. Let's see where they made it today. The judge was still talking, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Let's listen
There's
to
a
this
question mark?
squirrely mofo.
Followed by a picture of a 6-pack of Smirnoff Ice screwdriver in appears to be a package store cooler. Followed by a YO response. And that is it for January 12th, Wednesday. Do you want me to continue, sir?
Yes. May I have just a moment, Your Honor?
I have no issues with Carrie. Just don't want her having my jack. Saving you as Karen, screwdriver, or weed whacker. Need to think about it a little. I'd prefer weed whacker. That's to think about nicknames. We were tossing around the idea of a short vacay with the current show. Wanted to see if you were game. You don't have a say? Vacation? Where? I know. They need to happen organically. I'm the queen of nicknames. Was just going to rent a beach house in Fort Laud. Something quick and easy. I'm queen of vacays too. Always a good time. I'm going to Nashville next month, 19th through the 21st, for a benefit. One of our guys got shot in the head. You guys should come. So you claim. Advertisement. Jesus, is he alive? Was he from Massachusetts? Yes, he is alive, not from MA. We were thinking late March. I guess a guy in his group.
Okay, this is interesting to note. You'll never hear me talk fondly of cops here, ever. Dude says he's one of ours. Y'all live in Tennessee. The cop who got shot lives in Tennessee. Y'all live in Massachusetts. He is not one of yours. I mean, he's an American. He's one of all of ours. But like, this culture is.
His friends with Old Dominion band. Kid Rock's supposed to be there too. I have a tough time with country. I was a Kid Rock fan back in the day. I agree. Of course you were. From Brockton. LOL. That's how I got my street cred. Funny. I did know you had any. LOL.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Carrie said you tag along. No one would say that about me. How would I know? We all frequent the same watering hole. I don't know Carrie well. She talks about herself a lot, but I guess so does everyone.
Okay, so now she's saying they have a watering hole. She's admitting to their drunkardness.
I don't ask questions, just make observations, assess, and decide. I am quiet. That's a good policy. You can read most people in a few minutes. Excuse me, mins. Yep, for sure. You go out with last night? Myself. I only had a drink and a half. Sadly, I know everyone at this point. Lame. Why is that bad? BC. That's how much I go in there. What do you do for work? I've never had a problem going to bar/restaurant solo. I go there a little. I'm a college professor. Solo is cool. I was in adjunct previously. Oh, really? Did you mention that? Anna Maria, Quincy College, and BHCC. I teach afternoons and work downtown during the day. What is BHCC? University of Southern Charleston, a.k.a. Bunker Hill Community College. Oh, nice. Trust is life. Line from Good Will Hunting in the classroom at BHCC. Funny, a savant from Brockton. I'm not making fun of BHCC.
This is actually very flirty. Very cute. Savant from Brockton. I love, like, we do this, you know, just in DFW. Oh, savant from Garland. Oh, okay.
My parents met at community college. Followed river rights. You're very random. How so? You just are.
I didn't see that as random.
I don't think so. What's random? Haha. I had no idea who this was last night. For a few minutes anyways. I mean, what's random about me? I think I'm pretty predictable. How so? You must go around beeping at a lot of weed whackers, excuse me. Nope, never. It was my one-time thing. Sounds like I'm scattered and all over the place. I learned my lesson. You have your shit together. That was mortifying. I am still really sorry. Not completely, but for the most part, yes. Sure you are. One thing I don't think you was sensitive. When was I sensitive? To the weed whacking incident. I just snapped when I think guys are being creeps. Can't help it. I'm not a creep. No, you're not a creep. Nope. You're kind of a loner, which I used to be. Not really. I have a ton of buddies, but I only let a handful of friends in that I am tight with. So you think you got me figured out? Circle of trust. Yeah, I said loner, not loser. I assume you know a lot of people? You never really can figure anyone out completely. Your
That's
dad
true.
died when you were young. He died in March of 2020. I am so not a loser. You won't figure me out, LOL. No one is a loser. I just didn't mean loner to imply friendless. I'm sorry, that's recent. It wasn't COVID, was it? Cancer. I know you date girls who don't lock the house behind them, and you arrive private and observant. I'm sorry. What kind? Lung, brain, kidney, and pelvis. How do you know all these things? LOL. You're funny. Yikes, wow. That's rough. Jesus. I'm sorry. We chat a lot at the hillside. Don't be sorry, life is hard sometimes. I always figure it out. Who chats? Life is hard, but losing people is the hardest, so I'm sorry. We chat. That all you got? We chat? Sure, you're from Brockton. Spit it out. You and I chatted about the girl who kept forgetting the door lock. Oh. She has been out of play for like 3 months now. Out of rotation? Nah, just out of play. I am solo, no rotation. I am not a hoe. Solo? Solo like no rotation, or woman for that matter. Not locked down, haha. Good for you. That's the best way to be. Yep. Has its benefits for sure. Are you working? Remotely. Oh. Tough life. Live like a queen. I just got a Saturday invite. Did you say yes? Not yet, but did respond. What did you say, Mr. Elusive? No, I just don't want to intrude on your couple's night. Haha, I am shy. We prefer to hang out with non-couples. Bob Gallery is probably coming too, solo. We'll probably do cards or something at some point. Some PT, excuse me. I'm inviting you. Haha.
Oh. Oh my God, you guys. Hey, Jiggy, welcome. Okay, remember Karen drops John at the house and he's supposed to go in and decide if they can come back out, right? But he doesn't come back out, and so she's like, "You're fucking cheating on me," and nah. Now I see why she thought he was cheating on her, because she's out here flirting with other men and inviting other men to their stuff. Ah, duh, Lauren. Hello. All right, back to it.
John said, quote, Brian is being wishy-washy now, end quote. Haha. Did you tell him to text me? No. You cranky now? Haha, no. Just stop being so anti-couples. Most couples don't even like each other. Name a few. Name a few? I don't know. All of them? They all want to hang out with single people? I need a drink. I had a blueberry beer. I'm jealous. Hey, I'm trying to menu plan for Saturday, Mr. Elusive. Don't count on me. Boo. Haha. I am sure you will get over it. Just got my first drink. Where? Brick House. You tied one on last night? I was just thinking about you. Haha. Yes, 4:30 a.m. came early this morning. Eek, that's early. You out late with the Commodores? Solo? Yeah, but you're always lining up your after party. Nope, not me. Selective. I am not a hoe. Hey, no judgment. Haha, you make me laugh. I know, I'm funny. Haha. What's on your mind? Nada. Just about to start cooking. Okay. What's on yours? I'm going to a Hillside Regulars 60th tomorrow. This could be a new low for me. Who?
Detective, if I could interrupt 1 second. When there is a date that's delineated, could you just state the date out loud so the jurors follow the date progression?
Next.
Starting with the next one.
I'm saying the next text message date or
Yes, sir.
date within.
Where the
Yes,
above or
absolutely.
below the bubbles?
Yeah. So this screen here is Friday, January 13th at 3:33 p.m.
Thank you.
Yes. So you needed a tool to adjust it.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Hey.
I believe I stopped before Bob Clinton. Everybody can't stand him. I detest him. His breath smells like ass. OMG, always. His daughter and I have mutual friends. I actually don't mind him when he's socially distant. I think he's friendly. Why detest? Yeesh. Talks like an ass clown. Maybe I am being too hard. He just...
Okay. Oh. I gotta interject here. Firstly, these people are approximately the same age as me. I think they're like a year or two older. And so when this incident occurred, they're like 44, 43, 44, in that range. They are like, oh, I just got my first drink. Oh, after party. 4 a.m., staying up late drinking. What? Don't you have a career? Like, you don't get hungover? You know? Okay. Okay, so they're drunks. There's no doubt about it. And Jiggy, to your point, Dallas happens to be the swinger capital of America. And I happen to know that cops and firefighters are the #1 swingers. They can't get high, so they like to trade partners with each other. Okay, back.
just says crazy shit, doesn't know his audience. Jeez, is he different from anyone else in there? Haha. His wife and daughter are cooler than he is. I like his wife, never met the daughter. A nurse? Yes, her fiance is a firefighter. By coincidence with people I grew up with. Crazy. Sunday, January 16th, 12:59 a.m. You're nuts.
Obviously, he's drunk. It's 1 a.m.
Foul ball. You stink. You suck. And you're double. Trouble. You're hot. Are you serious or messing with me? No, I'm serious. Feeling is mutual. Is that bad? How long have you thought that? Are you okay driving? You don't want to stay here? I am fine. I have an office at the PD. You didn't answer the question.
So he meant in writing that he'll drive to the police station drunk?
Rather you stay here? I wish. I think you're messing with me. Why do you think that? Because this is so out of left field. Where did these feelings come from? I just think you're like me. Meaning? Do you have your own kids? I have no kids. How am I like you? Hello? Aren't we alike? I think so. So, why did you get my number and reach out to me?
This guy has no riz. I couldn't. I don't have patience for a man like that. You know damn well why I reached out to you. Don't fucking ask me obvious questions. It's ridiculous. Ugh.
Shoot straight with me. I told you. I just think we're alike, right? Yes, agree. Now what? I don't know. Shouldn't you know? Do you like me? Yes. From jump. When was jump? First time I saw you. When was that? Hillside for sure. When were you interested? I don't know. You're just my type. You think you can handle me? I thought you were happy. How do you know if I'm happy? I just assumed. Are you to handle? What do you like about me? I just feel like you're from my neighborhood.
What?
Yeah, ditto. And I think you're hot. You really think that? I have always thought that about you. What? That you're hot, smart, witty. But I didn't think you were interested. Witty? Yeah, meaning quick with a response. Tell me why you got my number and reached out to me. Just thought we were the same, from the same neighborhood. Are you afraid to say what's in your mind? On? No. Didn't I?
Honestly, guys,
I am glad I stopped by.
I hate reading other people's text messages. I hate it so much. I had to read it for this case. And they're just like, oh my God, they're so, like, the way people interact on text is just, it's just annoying to read. It doesn't read well like a book or like anything. Like, this is just a lot. Jiggy says the fact that this witness is reading the messages into evidence means the state isn't going to call Proctor. I believe the state is not calling Proctor, but I think the defense is calling Proctor. That's what I think. That's what I heard somewhere.
I should have come earlier. Do you really live in Mansfield? Yeah, I was basically begging you. You don't have to beg me. Beg. Huh? I will give you whatever you want. How are you texting right now? Ugh. Leaving me hanging. No. Kids? Kinda. How am I texting? Is everyone asleep? I'm just wide awake on my phone. Yes, they are. I should have stayed, LOL. So now what? Yes, you should have. That would have been distracting. So know what? Now. Now what? Ball's in your court. What do you want? Loaded question.
How's
what
that
do you
loaded?
want? I asked you. Nope. You initiated this. Spit it out. Hey, we're single and we don't have kids. We can do whatever we want. Don't you have a boyfriend? Where are you? Canton. Where? My office at the PD. Why are you going to Mansfield? Where is that? Canton PD. I have a house there from before I reconnected with John. Oh, I feel like you're not really saying what's on your mind. Do you like me? Yes, clearly.
I don't remember
Come over
these.
to my house. When? When works for you? Whoever. Whenever. When works for you? I asked you first. I think you're messing with me.
You guys. This is so annoying. If I was a juror, I don't know how I'd be responded to. I feel like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. One thing to keep in mind, though, this is a very good lesson. Everything you write can and will be used against you in a court of law. So before you start sounding stupid in your messages, think about it, okay?
I'm glad you came over tonight. Me too. Ball's in your court. What do you want, Karen? You look great tonight.
Oh, came over to the bar. I thought you meant his house.
I don't know. What do you want? You always do. Yeesh, really?
I'm gonna start typing yeesh.
Why? I look great? You're full of it. I think you're hot. Always have thought that. Just have not revealed my thoughts. I'm hot for the hillside. Low comps. Knock it off. You're hot, period. Are you glad you walked me out? Yes. Are you? Deaf. Yes. Are you going home tonight or tomorrow a.m.? We kissed, right? Is this a trick question?
Like, is she too drunk to remember kissing him?
I don't know when I'm going home. I am selling my house. What a trick question. Are you moving to Canton? I am following your lead with this. I live here, but I have a property in Enfield. Why my lead? I don't want any responsibility. You started this, right? Why did you get my number and each out of me in 18 months? I'm a wreck. I had no idea. Are you okay now? I never get what I want, just what I need. I am okay. What do you need? What need to be content? What can I do to make you happy? Haha, don't worry. I've always been very happy. You talk in riddles. Just tell me why you contacted me, huh? What's the big deal? I told you. Just think you're like me. What does that mean? Like you want to hang with me? You asked why I contacted you. Yes. Excuse me. Yeah. I did ask. We are attracted to each other, right? Reasonable question. Yes, 100%. Okay. We did kiss earlier. No? I think you initiated that.
Oh, okay,
no?
so they did kiss.
Yep. Do I owe you an apology? OMG. No.
It irks me that she's out here flirting and texting with this dude, Higgins. And I guess, Jiggy, you might be right. Higgins isn't going to be called. I don't know. But she's flirting with this guy. And then she's screaming at John on the voicemails, "You're fucking cheating on me, you cheating bastard." Ah. It's like self-awareness, people. Self-awareness.
Why are you being sensitive? I am not. Kinda. No. Excuse me. Never. What do you want from me? What's on the table? What do you want ideally? The real deal. Sunday, January 16th, 7:37 a.m. Doesn't exist. Haha. Sunday, January 16th, 5:53 p.m. So you like Hennessy XO? Sunday, January 16th, 7:15 p.m. I am hurting so bad. Yeah, me too. The Currens went after it again at noon today. No way. This was about 2 hours before you came over.
What do these people do besides drink? Guys already...
Haha. I am heading for drinks soon. Really? Yeah. Tuesday, January 18th, 5:09 p.m. What's on tap? Haha. What does that mean? Usually means, what are you up to? Cute.
Doesn't it mean, what are you serving?
I just wrapped work. Unpacking some groceries. You? What's on tap? Also unpacking crap for my car. Anything good? Nothing on tap. Shame. You were a ghost yesterday. I can't be the cruise director every day. Shame. Julie McCoy? Wish I was at my cave house in front of the fire sipping a drink. Wish I knew how to use my fireplace. From Love Boat. How old is your bad self? Haha, that was my guess. 42 next month. I know the Love Boat. I was more Brady.
They're my age, just out here. Like when I read these, when I hear them, my liver starts to ache for them.
Bunch. Haha, what day? 2/26.
Does it mean she's an Aquarius, I think?
Nice. You're just a tad poke. Pole. Got ya. When is the next party? Pole. Oops. It's all relative. What pole and poke? I'd have a party every weekend if it were up to me. No. 42 equals tadpole. Oh. I keep reminding myself that aging is a privilege. The better parties are at my house. No kids. Why are they better? Well, first, BC, there's no kids. You were ghosts yesterday. Thought I heard the last of you. Phones work both ways. I don't want to disturb you, or you could be otherwise engaged. I don't know your routine. I didn't use the word engaged, did I? Huh? Engaged? As like doing something with someone? Yes, that's what I thought you meant. Are you being fresh today? No. Now that you sobered up. Haha. I felt sober next to everyone else on Saturday. Good point. You're still trouble. Haha. Why am I?
Picture of an alcoholic, Bradovich.
Just playing with you. What is that? Whiskey with a big ice cube. What kind of whiskey? Jameson, right? Cherry in the middle. What good does that do? Are you in W Rocks? So good, yeah. Do you have a 4:30 a.m. bell tomorrow? Why do you ask? Trying to figure out how many whiskeys you're going to have? Depends. I don't restrict myself from having fun. How many Hennessy XOs you having? None. I have none at my house. Haha. I am not really trouble. Want me to pick you up next time I go to the base? Usually cheaper and tax-free. Just a little based on your conduct.
Remember the witness the other day that didn't know what conduct meant? He was also a cop. Conduct's like their favorite word. Like, you absolutely know what conduct means.
The base? Military base. I go through the Henny fast.
Yuck.
I shop there a lot. I can as a veteran. My conduct? I'm not married. I'm the only one who does everything right. What kind of veteran? Where is the base? Dude, chillax. Teasing you. Are you serious? Veteran from Iraq. I can go to any base, but usually... but usually Hanscom in Bedford or down the Cape. Which base down the Cape? Which branch? Army. I'm not abnormally sensitive. Joint Base Cape Cod. I won't be so hard on you. Oh my God, you're not. You called me trouble. That makes me sound bad. I was just playing with you. You weren't, but that's okay. Stop being sensitive, please. I am not. Okay, so what's up? Did you figure out how many whiskeys? You mean tonight? Yes. Not sure. I am flexible and adaptable. Why are you so curious? Are you drinking? I haven't had a drink yet. Just want to see what you're up. Looking for an influencer. My day was long. Influenced? How? Are you in Canton or Mansfield tonight? Influenced to have a...
Bitch did not need an influencer. She's obviously drinking alone at her home on Tuesdays.
drink, even though it's Tuesday.
Also, Frederick, congratulations. I quit drinking July of 2019, so it's been the best thing I ever did for myself.
In Mansfield. How often do you stay there? Is it a nice crib, house, or condo? I stay here once or twice a week. House. I guess it's nice. I like it. How long have you owned it? How many beds? Rooms? 2017 or 18? 5 bedrooms. What? Why so big?
Yeah, why do you need 5 bedrooms?
I don't know. It's an old colonial. It has a lot of bedrooms. More than you clearly need. Are you moving to Canton? I know, seriously. Some rooms I only go into dust. Not anytime soon. I'm there for most of the time, but sometimes it's a lot. A lot, why? Do you even know what you want or who? Because I went from being solo to trying to give attention to kids who aren't mine. And I never wanted kids. I thought you were in this happy relationship. Everyone is happy at Hillside. Oh, God. You avoid things. It's just a very, very complicated dynamic with the four of us. He isn't cut out for what he's doing, and the kids present constant issues. I think he believes he is doing the right thing. Well, of course he is, but his heart isn't in it. It's only because he was very, very close to his sister. I know how you feel, kinda. I was married, and when I met her, she had a 2.5. All the time. He never seems to want to go anywhere without me. But honestly, the issues with the kids bother me more than him actually cheating. They're constant, and it feels like lose.
I mean, the kids did just lose both of their parents back to back and have to move in with their uncle, so.
You clearly have a lot of feelings swirling inside of you. Yeah, it's very complicated. Sorry for the rant. You can vent, babe.
Babe. I'm gonna end on this note because this is making me so irritable. Basically, I feel like I spread myself too thin, and sometimes it's thankless. Welcome to motherhood, Karen Reed. First of all, motherhood is always thankless. People don't realize how much work you do until they themselves become parents. So until I have grandkids, I'm not getting thanked. Secondly, if the dude has the kids and you don't like the kids, and the kids are in the home, they're not 18 plus, they're not adults on their own, break up with him. He's now a package deal, right? When you have kids under 18, you're a package deal. All right, but obviously that's not what she's on trial for. She's on trial because he was found no longer alive. And in this country, nobody can die without somebody going to trial for it. That pretty much boils down to it. So that trial continues. We'll continue to cover it. Melly continues. We'll cover it. Diddy continues. We cover it. Lil Durk continues. And that one's gotten really interesting. I will talk about that next week. Covering that. John Hunter will come be a special guest soon. I'm also going to have a special guest who is on the show Somebody's Son. If you didn't know this about me, I freaking love trashy TV. Love trashy reality shows, especially the kind where they're like trying to find love and there's lots of drama. And I just happen to know one of the girls that's on the show. She's, of course, the cutest girl that's on the show. And she has agreed to come to our show and do an interview. So I will let you know when that's happening. Somebody's Son is on the OWN network. Basically, the girls were told, you're going to go to a house and try to win a guy. And they get to the house and the guy's mom is with them, too. So anyhow, she's going to come in for an interview in the coming weeks. We'll have John Hunter in the coming weeks. He has to write his motion for new trial first. Then he said he'll come see us. I will see you in New York City on May 27th for the Diddy trial. We will continue to watch that. Unfortunately, we don't actually get to see anything from in the courtroom, so that's why I'm going, so I can report back to you about what I witnessed and observed there. Thank you so much to my members for your likes, your subscribes, really to everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting me. You guys are wonderful. I really appreciate it. I never thought that a result of making a YouTube would be like finding friends across the world, but it is, so that's exciting, and I appreciate you guys and your involvement in that. I hope you all have an excellent weekend. If you're mothers, happy Mother's Day. If you don't love your mother, pretend it's not a day. See you next week.